everyone, welcome back to another banner. It's not actually a banner reaction since we already reacted to it when it was revealed in the FEH channel. More like banner analysis, I guess. That's right. We have the actual trailer for the Three Houses Valentine's banner. We already know who's here, so we're just here to react to the skills because there's a lot of things that I'm very curious about. So yeah, let us begin. As always, if you like the content, be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that jazz to help support the channel. Only takes 5 seconds to subscribe, which truly does help us channel a lot. And I really do appreciate all the constant support. All right, let's see who this is. So I believe the first one should be Hubert. Actually, no, Hubert's the Tempest Trial. Is it Edelgard that's first, according to the trailer? Yeah, okay. So yeah, we have Edelgard. I mentioned this a little bit, but she looks really good. But Axe Armor, we have a lot of Axe Armor Edelgards. It does seem like she has Assault Troop. Let's take a look at Eagle's Heart. Enables Canto Rem +1, minimum of 2. That's really good for Gale Force. And we have Slaying. After Canto, if unit enter combat on the current turn, grants another action to unit and re-enables Canto. Once per turn, does not trigger when affected by effects of traps in Ether Raids during Canto. Wait, what? Okay, so if I read this correctly, you get the other action after you do your Canto on the initial hit. So it's not like it's not like you stay there and then have the extra action. You can move and then with the Canto, and then after you move with the Canto, you get the other action. However, if during that move with the Canto, you go on a trap, you actually won't get the extra action. So you can't just like use this to test traps, right? Or to clear traps, which is really weird if I'm going to be completely honest with you. Like this seems like a really weird nerf to that when we have things that like Felix that can just like get through traps. So I find that very interesting. Okay, if unit initiates combat or the number of allies adjacent to unit is less than or equal to 1, inflicts penalty on foes attack defense equals to 20% of unit's defense at the start of combat +6. So we get that debuff. I don't think that is capped. Okay, never mind. It is capped. X can be at max 5. So yeah. Actually, no. The percentage. Sorry, I'm mistaken the condition. Yeah, the penalty shouldn't be capped. A unit deals +5 times +X times 5 damage, and the max of that is 5. X being the number of bonus effects active on units, excluding stat bonuses, plus the number of penalty effects active on foe, excluding stat penalties, max of 5. So maximum of +25 true damage, and you need to stack bonuses or stack debuffs on your opponent in order to maximize that. And reduces damage from foes' attacks by X times 3 during combat. So maximum of 15 flat damage reduction with the same condition. And also, also reduces damage by an additional... Okay, so this is the Excel portion of this, where if the foe triggers a special, you get that flat damage reduction gets doubled, essentially. We grant special cooldown count -1 to unit before unit's first attack during combat. So we have some... a special cooldown jump there, as long as you are only adjacent to 1 ally or less, and restores 7 HP to unit after combat. What? Why would you do this, IS? That is actually so bad. What? Is IS like high? Like in what scenario would this be good for this type of kit? Like, obviously, you're going for a Gale Forcer, right? Like, that's her whole shtick. That's the second paragraph, entire point. And you have the healing. Like, what are you smoking, IS? What? Like, that single thing, like, made Edelgard into looking to be really good to, like... What is the point, right? This means that she cannot be used as a Gale Force initiator, one that can run like a double Fury build to get her HP to like below 50% or like 60%, because the healing here like just really, really detriments that. Because obviously healing moves you away from that HP threshold that you need to reach for Wings of Mercy. So I'm very confused why they add this healing here. Like, I've mentioned this before, but IS has been super addicted to giving healing to things that definitely didn't want it. Like, attack speed wild is like the first example, I think. But there's been plenty of more. So I don't understand. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. I guess I'll still stick with Felix for my Aetheroids clears, but dang, that is a big disappointment. Made my excitement for Edelgard just like go to like 0 or something. Anyways, we have Sly Sturdy Blow. This is the latest Sly effect, similar to Mirror and Sly Sparrow. And we have Pure Storm. What is this? Maybe this will help. At start of turn and after unit acts, inflicts attack, defense -7, exposure, and sabotage on closest foes and foes within 2 spaces of those foes to their next action. Okay, so we get some debuffs there. If target has entered combat, aside from this combat, on the current turn, and unit initiates combat, target cannot trigger their special during combat. Okay, I guess like if you fail to one-shot the foe, when you go at them again, they won't have their specials. There's no limitation to this, so this includes defensive specials as well, at least to my understanding. But like this only happens on their second combat in the current turn, so it doesn't happen at the actual important turn. The combat, which is the first combat, aka the one that you're hoping to just one shot. So, I mean, it's nice, but it's not that great. If you know, if unit initiates combat or the number of allies adjacent to unit is less than or equal to 1, inflicts attack defense -5 on foe, deals damage equal to 20% of unit's defense. No AOE's, reduces damage from the percentage of foes non-special, reduces damage by X% skills by 50% during combat. So we got DR halving there. If unit initiates combat and number of allies adjacent to units less than or equal to 1 after combat, grants another action to unit. And then, yeah. So yeah, we have a Gale Force here. So we have Gale Force in the weapon and the Gale Force here. And then theoretically, we have Gale Force the special. So theoretically, she can act 4 times, essentially. If I'm reading this correctly, yeah. Okay, so this. Okay, I'm trying to picture this. Maybe the healing is fine, you know. I guess theoretically you can just ditch this skill and run Wings of Mercy, and then have this Valentine's Edelgard be a follow-up Gale Force. It's not too bad. Like, it'll function similar to Fallen Edelgard in that regards. Where you just ditch this B and go, you know, go Wings of Mercy. You still get 3 actions that way. I guess, like, if you can attack 4 times, I guess that's 28 healing. Fury 4 right now is 14. And it's basically just dealing 28. So you get 28 damage, basically. So that means the threshold is 56 HP for this Edelgard. I think that should be doable. So you can run Double Fury, attack 4 times with Gale Force, and as long as your HP is 56 or below, you'll still be a Wand Beacon for Wings of Mercy 3. Obviously, for Wings of Mercy 4, it's a lot more lenient. And 56 HP means 41 HP, assuming triple mythic buffs. So you'd want to make sure this EDEL guard has 41 HP or below, basically, if you want to run the Double Fury build and rely on Wings of Mercy 3. Okay, it's not the worst, but it's not that great, honestly, either. I will say, being able to attack 4 times is kind of insane. Honestly, I feel like I just don't understand why she has the healing. That's my issue. Like maybe, yeah, like why does she need healing? She doesn't need healing. Come on, IS. All right. Anyways, assault troop at start of turn if unit's HP is equal to 100%, or any assault rush, or any foes within 3 columns or 3 rows centered on that unit grants attack +6. Unit can move 1 extra space and charge to unit for that 1 turn. So there's the +1 movement and the charge that we saw from the trailer. If unit initiates combat, grants attack speed +5 to unit, grants special cooldown count -1 to unit before unit's first attack during combat. Okay, so we have more special jump there. That's actually really good. You can, honestly, you don't really need to think about proccing Gale Force on this Valentine's EDEL guard. Like, Gale Force will just activate without you thinking. So yeah, you don't need anything special. Like, just her kit alone will probably get you all the way there to proc Gale Force. Probably even by like the 3rd hit. So yeah, if you run like the wand build for her, you don't need like all 4 actions to get the hit. Okay. I do think she's still going to be a very strong Gale Force unit. We will have to check the combat against the current front lines because we are in a very, very tanky meta.
Behave yourself.
But yeah, she can attack 4 times if you run Gale Force. I just wish she did not have healing.
Well then.
That's what I just wished for. Because that means that in order to be a Gale Force initiator, she can't be above 41 HP. And right now she has 46 HP in the trailer, which is really concerning. You have to basically upgrade all your current Gale Force follow-ups with Wings of Mercy 4, I think. So elaborate. In order to make it work. It pains me. Oh, why does she have to have healing? I'm so mad. Okay, Lion's Heart. Enables Kanto run +1, minimum 2. I don't know why they're not doing Kanto Dist. I feel like Kanto Dist is better. We have Slaying. After Kanto, if unit enter combat on current turn, grants another action to unit, re-enables Kanto. Okay, so we have Dimitri with a Gale Force. Interesting. At start of turn, if unit is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants unit can move 1 extra space to unit. So you can have the extra movement there that we saw in the trailer. Grants the following status on units and allies within 2 spaces of unit for 1 turn. Neutralizes penalties on units. Okay, special cooldown charge +1, and you get special acceleration, which is really good for Gale Force. Let's see if he can 1-tap it. If unit initiates combat or is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants bonus to units all stats equals 50% of unit speed at start con +5 unit deals +X times 5 damage. It's the same as, it is the exact same as EDEL guard. Okay, well, that makes me not have to read that. So that last section is basically the same as EDEL guard section. Like, you get the true damage, you get the flat damage reduction, you get the excel effect, and it gets you healing. You get the, and yeah. All right, so starting off relatively strong, I think. Like, I mean, the fact that he's a Cav and he can have the Gale Force is just really good right away. Has some nice support too with a special acceleration, which is obviously really, really good support for Gale Force. Yeah, I'm really liking Dimitri right now. And it seems like Dimitri has a lot more mobility and is faster, so that's always good. Okay, what does Haze Slice do? This is inheritable. Boosts damage by 30% of unit's attack when special triggers. So there's the damage boost from specials. If unit initiates combat, grants special cooldown count -1 to unit before unit's first attack, and reduces damage from foes attacked by 40% during combat. Okay, so we get some special jump right into the special, and then we get cooldown. Then we get damage reduction. I think that's decent. I don't think it's anything like groundbreaking or anything like that, but it's nice. All right, what does Pure Atrocity do? If unit initiates combat or is within 2 spaces of an ally, inflicts speed defense -5 on foe, deals damage equals 24% of unit's attack, excluding AoEs, grants special cooldown count -1 before unit's first attack. Okay, so there's one that's outside of the special. Okay, that makes it easier to proc Gale Force, which is really, really good. So I think he should be able to one-tap Gale Force with the Marth Ring, if I understand this correctly, because it'll be at 4. This cooldown will go to 3. One hit, assuming no guard, will bring it down to 1. And so he just needs one more, which will become that. No, actually, he has the Gale Force, right? So he doesn't actually need to one-tap. So actually with this, he should be able to just easily hit Gale Force by the 3rd hit, actually. Yeah. The cooldown reduction helped against guard units. Or the special jump helped against guard, so that's really good. Okay. Neutralize effects that guarantee full fall. Okay, so we have full NFU, and we have DR halving. Very, very nice. After combat, if unit attack, neutralizes 2 bonus effects on target and any foe within 2 spaces of target. Okay. Excluding stat bonuses. Does not apply to bonuses that apply at the same time. Neutralizes the first. Okay. And this is the same list as Attune Micaiah, I think. And applies Divine Vein Haze. Ooh, we got a new Divine Vein. That's kind of hype. All right, so Dimitri, actually, well, I mean, he still has the healing. And this B, well, I guess the B isn't essential. So, like, you can swap that out for Wom.
Be mine.
I guess he functions more like a hit and run. 14 healing. That's way too much. And we got the haze. Wait, is this the same as Anathema?
On my way.
Never. Or no, Deadly Miasma. Okay, never mind. I guess we already had that. You would think that Haze Slice applies that haze, but no, it's his preference B. All right, Claude, what do you have?
If you want to show your gratitude, I'd love to have a party. I'll do it.
All right, so we have Deer's Heart. We have Enables Cancel Rem minimum 1. We have Slaying. We have Flying Effectiveness as always. And then we have the same, I guess that's the theme, this banner, just Gale Force all the way. Edelgard was so generous that she gave everyone her gimmick. At start of turn, if unit is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants no follow-up and preempt pulse to unit and allies. Ooh, that's really nice, actually. That's really nice. Very good support. If unit chase combat or is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants bonus to units all sides equals to 50% of unit speed. Wait, okay, this is the... Oh, we have no guard, though, there. Did we have no guard on Dimitri? I don't remember. Oops. Yeah, we don't have no guard here. We didn't have it on Edelgard either, right? Okay, I guess Edelgard had the special jump. What did Dimitri get? That's different. Nothing. Dang, okay, well, rip Dimitri then. Unless I'm like missing something. Like he loses out on the special jump. Right? He gets the bonus, he gets the true damage. He gets the flat damage reduction. He gets the additional flat damage reduction and he gets healing. So unless I'm missing anything, he doesn't get anything extra. I guess he gets the Excel effect, that's the thing. Compared to this Claude. Actually, no, Claude doesn't have flat damage reduction to begin with. Yeah, okay, that's what's different. In exchange for Claude giving away flat damage reduction, he gets no guard. So I guess that makes sense in that this Claude is ranged, and therefore wants to prioritize on nuking instead of survivability. And No Guard definitely helps with that, with the nuking, with his curve shot special. But yeah. Honestly, the flat damage reduction would have been still really good for Claude, though, to survive against retaliations. But yeah. I think we'll need to see the matchups on that one. But first, let's see what Pure Starfall does. If unit initiates combat or if Deep Star is active on unit, inflicts speed defense -5 on foe. Unit deals plus X damage, X being 20% of unit speed, excluding AoEs. Reduces damage from foes' first attack by X. Okay, there's the flat damage reduction. That's a lot of flat damage reduction, actually. 20% of speed is really nice. Reduces percentage of foes not special, reduces damage by X% skills by 50% during combat, so we have DR halving. And also, if foes attack can trigger foes special, inflict special cooldown count. So we have Scow before foes' first attack. I see. If unit initiates combat, reduces damage from foes' first attack by 80% during combat. That's going to be very nice for the survivability. Although I think there are a lot of nukes right now that can bypass that. So that's going to be interesting. If unit initiates combat, grants Deep Star and Vantage to unit, and inflicts gravity on target and foes. And then we have the classic Claude shenanigans. Okay. Is this similar to Winter Claude? Or Wind Claude? I don't know. Excuse me. I do think like Deep Star. Well, the problem is that there's like DR cut very, very common throughout the meta right now. Like most nukes have DR halving or DR piercing even. And so I don't know if all this pierceable damage reduction is enough. I think the most prominent... I don't know. Does Neathogre pierce through damage reduction? I don't have a Neathogre, so I actually don't know. I mainly rely on Mir. It seems like she has DR piercing because like it's been super hard to survive against her. But I don't think she has, actually, now that I think about it. So that will definitely be helpful in dealing with the Neathogres, if that is true. But yeah, I do think that Claude's going to be a very good nuke, especially with the extra action will be very handy. Again, I just don't know why they have healing on it, personally. As a ranged unit, you can't run Gale Force, and so he is at max two Gale Force, or 2 actions. So it's not like Dimitri's 3 or Edelgard's 4. We're just like slowly shrinking the number of actions. Watch, Rhea's going to just have 1 action, no Gale Force. But yeah. Okay, so we also have a new skill, AS Incite Hone. At start combat, if units HP's or if units within 2 spaces of an ally grants attack speed +6 and incite to unit and allies within 2 spaces of unit for 1 turn. A grants bonus to unit's attack speed during combat equals to the number of allies on the map with the incite effect +2, excluding unit, max 5. So you need 3, basically, in order to maximize this. But at minimum, you'll get +2 to attack and speed, which is nice. Yeah, that's a really good upgrade. Like, spreading incite to your allies and these attack and speed buffs is really, really good. And so, yeah, that's obviously really nice support. I don't think it's as good as a lot of the other C skills that flyers can run. You know, like guidance or snap, or like C skills for flyers are very, very competitive. And so you also have like things like Crux and whatnot. And yeah, it's very competitive. So I don't know if this will get a lot of uses. Maybe for like pure flyer nukes, maybe. But we'll see. Yeah, Claude seems nice. I don't know if he will be meta or not. That will really depend on the matchups. We have to see how powerful his nuking capabilities is, and not with these scam showcases.
Here, take it. Maybe
Got the nice
like
survivability. Interesting. Wait, where was his extra action? What? I thought he had an extra action.
A token of gratitude.
Did I misread something? Yeah. What?
I'd love to have a part.
I guess they just didn't show. I guess he already did it. Gosh darn it, these trailers. Okay, and then we have Rhea, our newest duo.
こんなに可愛らしいお姿になるなんて。そのようにじろじろと見るでない。
And Rhea is a save as per usual, so it seems like it's going to be an armor. So Devoted Breath, we have Slaying, we have Null Dragon Effectiveness, we have the classic Dragon Adaptive Damage. For allies within 3 spaces of unit, grants defense res +5 and reduces damage from foes first attack by 7 during combat, and that includes Braves. So that's really, really good support already. This will really help frontliners and the like. For allies within 3 spaces of unit, if foe initiates combat, allies' HP is greater than 1, and foe would reduce allies' HP to 0 during combat. Ally survives with 1. Okay, so we have Drive Miracle as well. That is very, very powerful. Yeah, that is extremely powerful. Especially as a save. Like that, like we know how powerful Miracle is. Like that's the reason why Marnie is so good. The fact that she can just grant this out as a drive is really good, not only for defense, but for offense as well, because it allows the nukes to be able to survive against the retaliatory hits and continue nuking. And this is especially relevant for units like Ninja Lucina or other units that like needs to survive the retaliatory hit against like a Nithogre in order to properly kill them. Previously, I've been using Amir for that, which synergizes really well with Ninja Lucina, but this has some insane roll compression because you no longer have to do that. You bring Amir, spend a slot. You can have Rhea and have a save and that Drive Miracle support, which is really, really powerful. What else do we have? If foe initiates combat or foe's HP is greater than or equal to 75% at start combat, grants bonus to units attack defense res equals to 20% of units res at start combat +5. So we got some stat buffs there. Unit deals plus X damage, maximum of 15. Okay, that's a little less true damage than the other, but this one's mainly a save, so I guess that makes sense. And if you trigger Savior, it's just flat out 15. Okay. Reduce damage from foes attack by X. So we got 15 flat damage reduction there. Units make a guaranteed follow-up attack. Reduces the percentage of foes non-special reduced damage by X% skills by 50%. So we have DR Having. And also, she also has Miracle. So yeah, at max, she has a flat 15 damage reduction. I don't see anything else though, actually. So I guess you have to combine this with like non-pierceable DR like Dragon's Roar and Ike Ring. But after that, it would be really, really good. Yeah. I mean, I feel like Rhea is kind of insane with being a save and having Drive Miracle support. Like that's crazy. And then we have Pure Dragon Wall and Lower Ground. We have this is Anakin's skill, Lower Ground. But first, Pure Dragon Wall. If a skill compares units res to foe or allies res, treats. So we have a half Phantom res there. If units res is greater than foe's res, reduces damage from attacks during combat and from AoEs. Ooh, from AoEs, damage reduction is really, really good. Although I think that's part of Dragon Wall normally, so yeah. By following percentage, if it is unit's first combat initiated by unit or first combat initiated by foe in player phase or enemy phase, percentage equals the difference between stats times 6. Otherwise, it is the difference between stats times 4. Maximum of 60 or 40, depending. All right, so that's just like the Dragon Wall portion. Pretty self-explanatory. The other part. It inflicts attack defense res -5 on foe. Deals damage equals to X% of units res. So we have some true damage there. And if it's the first, X equals 30. Otherwise, X equals 20. So that's quite a bit of true damage. And this includes AoEs if you're running AoEs on Rhea for whatever reason. Reduces damage from foes attack by X% of units res. So there's another layer of flat damage reduction based on either 20% or 30% of the res. And neutralizes effects that inflict special cooldown charge minus X on unit during combat. So we have no guard. And also if foes attack can trigger foe special, and units res is greater than or equal to foes res plus 5, we have Scowl, basically. And grants special cooldown count -1 to unit before units foes first attack during combat. So we have, that's Scowl, basically. And then at the start of turn, after combat, if dragon or beast ally is on the player team, or if unit is within 2 spaces from ally, restores 10 HP. So we have some healing as well to help loop that miracle. So I think Rhea is going to be very, very strong. Like just looking at the things in her kit, like you can maximize 45 flat damage, which will very combine well with the other sources of damage reduction. Like you think of Ike Ring, you think of Dragon's Roar. You probably don't want to move this for any of the fighter beast skills like Slick Fighter or Hardy Fighter or Shield Fighter or anything like that. Although we'll see what the optimal build is. But I think like she should not need anything, just judging by what we have here. Lower ground, foes range equals to 1. Okay, so we have the same warp, anti-warp as higher ground, and then we have a near save, basically. So yeah, this is just a near save variant of higher ground. Yeah, nothing else to say about that. I think Rhea is going to be insanely strong, if I'm going to be completely honest. Just being able to have the Drive Miracle, the miracle in her kit for herself, and the healing, and all that layers of flat damage reduction will probably mean that it's going to be very, very difficult. Probably, I don't know the matchups, but I think she's on Neathogre's level, if not more. Neathogre does have the debuffs, but I think the Drive Miracle and the Miracle herself is just like a lot stronger, in my opinion. So yeah, I think this is the new save that is like the target to try to deal with.
To victory!
Wait, what? How did I reach to 1? Okay, that's weird. And yeah, we have some healing there. And then dual skill grants the following status to unit and allies within 2 spaces of unit for 1 turn. Neutralizes foes bonuses. Okay, that's kind of whatever. Applies Divine Vein Stone to unit space and spaces within 2 spaces of unit for 2 turns. Okay, that's the important part, the Divine Stones part, which unfortunately means that you can't do this on defense, but you can do it on Summoner's Duels and Aether Raid's offense, although with dual hindrances, probably not even Aether Raid's offense. So it's basically just Summoner's Duels. This is very nice as a stall option, and obviously as a supportive option, going into your opening, applying this to help your frontliner survive against like all the Sigurds and stuff. I think this will be a very good dual skill. But yeah, Rhea's looking to be very, very strong. I think it would probably be uncontroversial to say that I think Rhea is probably the star of this banner, even discounting the fact that, you know, it's okay, even with the stones, like Catherine still went to 1. Like, what are you doing, Catherine? Sigurd sucks. All right, very, very cool banner in terms of unit design. Well, I mean, other than Rhea, everyone's basically like Gale Forcing, and then we have Rhea, who's just a save. So I guess overall analysis and thoughts, I'm really disappointed that the units that did have Gale Force have healing. Like, I feel like that's completely unnecessary. I guess for Edelgard as like a tanky armor, like you can sort of use her in Summoner's Duels, although she doesn't have Disencounter. And you can't run Distant Counter Echo on her. So I guess you have to run like the DC seal if you want to make her into like a mini Felix or something. And just like hit and sit essentially in Summer's duels. I just really wish they avoided the healing though. I think this Edelgard without the healing would be like literally one of the best initiators. But unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be. Also, the fact that Felix can get through traps and Edelgard can't is a little bit of a disappointment. But don't get me wrong, I do think Edelgard's still really, really good. Like, you can just swap out the B for Wings of Mercy, or you can try to run Double Fury and make sure she has less than 56 HP, including mythic buffs, to get her into range, or run Wings of Mercy 4. There are ways to work around it, which is really nice. And if you are able to work around it, I do think she'll be very good. I do want to see the combats, though. Only attacking once is very dangerous. And I know she has like 4 actions, but ideally she kills a unit for each of those actions, right? And so, because that's what matters in Gale Force clears. So I will need to see the combats on that. I think I'll probably be sticking to my AoE Felix. I just like AoE. And I guess you can run AoE on her. Actually, no, you can't because of the healing. You need all 4 actions to get her to 28. Gosh darn it. Is there a status that self-inflicts Fatal Smoke? Dimitri, I think, will be good as well. Probably another like melee nuke, hit and run type unit. I don't think he'll be as prevalent because, again, he can only attack 3 times. And the healing makes it so that you can't make him into an initiator with just those 3 actions with Double Fury. But I do think as a hit and run unit, he'll be pretty strong. Claude is the one I'm most skeptical of, but depending on how the combats work, he could be a very good disruptive nuke because if he is able to get the combats, he can like kill a unit, gravity people, and then just like run away, essentially, which will be very, very nice. And then Rhea, I think, is definitely the star of this banner. Like, Rhea has some insane damage reduction, flat damage reduction specifically, and the Drive Miracle is just insanely strong, right? And so I think, like there's not really a scenario where you don't want Drive Miracle right now. Like, Drive Miracle is one of the ways you can get through Neath Ogres. And so I feel like we're just going to have like Drive Miracle v Drive Miracle, including her own miracles, and then we're just going to be in a miracle circle. So I guess we'll have to wait and see on that. But yeah, Rhea's looking to be very, very strong, and I expect to see her in SD at the very least. But yeah, those are my thoughts and analysis on this banner. These are just within like looking at those from first impressions. So do take them with a grain of salt, although I think it's safe to say that Rhea's the star, and I really wish Edelgard didn't have healing. I'll always harp on this. IS needs to stop with their addiction to giving player face stuff healing. Like, just stop it. But yeah, let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are on this banner. And yeah, hope you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that jazz. To support the channel. Only takes 5 seconds to subscribe. It truly helps the channel. I really do appreciate all kind of support. And yeah, let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are. Are you going to summon or not? And yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and see you all next time. Bye, everyone.